let me know when you're good, Ruby.
Oh, weird. I'm ready. I don't know why I didn't say I was.
Okay, all good.
I mean, I can make it your problem.
No, I'm good. I like it here. I like it on Sargatons.
I stand by my statement. We somehow clear with half the people having not seen any of those other phases. Yeah, that would be an impressive feat. Okay. All right, check your gear, check your food.
Oh, check your gear.
Okay, remember to check your party list. Make sure you've adjusted
yeah.
that. H2 is Valor and R2 is Leon. Oh, we also do one other weird thing that I wanted to mention. When we get to phase 2, you're going to be hitting mail. We just do a flip where we stick both we have the one tank, both the melee and the caster on mail. And then we just, I chain mail before firewall goes up. So, just figured I would mention it. Okay. All the other stuff's the same, though. Stack by C. Tethers 3's in. Towers are at A and C. Cores in BD towers. One's in AD towers. Two's in BC towers. Spots. Top everybody up. Using 1-3.
Swaps.
Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. That's okay. It's alright. Yeah, go for it. If you're having issues, go for it. Did you guys see that stupid update they rolled out for Windows 11 today?
The one that broke everything?
Yeah, the one that basically, like, doesn't allow you to use your keyboard or mouse in, like, recovery mode or something.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what?
Ruby can probably explain it better than I can, but apparently there's, like, the mode you use to, like, diagnose things when your computer, like, blue screens and whatnot. Apparently the update they rolled out to Windows 11 doesn't allow you to use a mouse or your keyboard, so you can't select any of the options to fix it.
What supposed to do? Just yell at it?
Wipe and reload time.
It's terrifying.
Apparently, they said they're planning on doing they're trying to get a hot fix ready to, like, push it out to fix it, but I want to know how that made it through testing.
What
I want to
is-
know
You
what
think they
person.
test? Every build's a beta build.
I mean, I would hope they would test.
Yeah, but they probably tested on like high-end machines only. So they send it out and suddenly it breaks on everybody's normal fucking computer.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Watch, Leon is gonna update to that patch.
Hope he's not updating right now. That wouldn't be a good thing.
He is.
I mean, I imagine that patch isn't so. Like, I imagine for the most part it's fine. I just find it funny that we're having all kinds of major tech company issues this week so far. Between that, the AWS issues.
I was so
Just seems kind
fucking scared when I saw that AWS stuff because I have so many phone systems running off of VMs on there.
See, it's funny. My
And
work has
luckily,
none of that.
none of them went down.
Like, we don't really use that, luckily, so. Okay. Yeah, he'll be a minute. Did you see what the theory people had about why it crashed was?
Required touchscreens. I don't know.
The theory they had was that the code that broke it was written by AI and passed through an AI verification. Like, they used AI to verify code, and it couldn't verify the issue, so they pushed through buggy code that was written by AI and then verified by AI.
Hilarious.
And the reason it took them so long to figure it out is because then they had to get the actual devs in there to figure out what the hell the system did code-wise, and it couldn't. I don't know how realistic that would or wouldn't be, but... I was so annoyed yesterday at work. IT bureaucracy is the dumbest thing I've ever encountered.
Why? What happened?
We rolled out a new system, like a new folder system, and the scanners weren't scanning into it properly, and they needed to get permissions on it in order to like scan stuff to it. And I had because I'm the one leading that project, I have an IT person, like, quote unquote, on retainer that I can ask to, like, just roll out stuff I need done. But our AR group had pushed through a request to IT to get permissions added for this scanner. And they were like, yeah, you'll need to submit a ticket. It'll have to go through approval. It'll take, 1 to 2 weeks for us to get you access to this scanner. And I was like, what do you mean fucking 2 weeks?
It seems weird.
So I messaged my IT dude, and I'm like, yeah, can you just, like, jump in there quick and give them permissions? He's like, yeah, what's the user ID? And I gave him the user ID, and I had them in and logged in like, 20 minutes.
As
I was
it
like,
should be.
why was this gonna take 2 weeks? This should not take more than... It took 20 minutes. Like, this should not take that long. It was terrible. Like, I understand you want to keep stuff secure, but my god, was that bad. It was also funny because we had to have, like, an office services person set it up, which they were the one who was saying, oh, it could take a week to 2. And once I had the IT dude give it credentials, I, like, Teams called them, and I'm like, we have credentials, can you set it up? And that's when it took, like, no time at all. It's like, oh, well, if it has credentials, yeah, it'll only take me a minute to do it. Why is this a thing? Why do we need to submit a ticket for this? Just get it done. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So everyone remember to keep moving. At least a little bit so you don't get kicked. I see he's back in voice, so should be a minute. Alright. Also, Leon, remember to fix your party list if you need to.
Kinda.
Alright. Yeah, they're not running everything in the background. Trees are in.
Swaps.
AD towers, AD towers. Fours are in, DC towers. AC ones are in, AC towers ones are in. And BD towers. These are in. You're good to top up.
Swaps.
3 are out. Twos are out. M1. Male sides. Go to the bar. Alright, let me knock you back 2-4. Let me knock you back 2-4.
Is that far?
Yeah, that's far.
Okay.
Yep.
The other
I
X
think you were
was-
fine.
I was fine.
You
The
might
other
have-
X was not in their farthest spot.
Gotcha. Let me make sure my button's working here. Let me pull the button. Okay, it's working. There we go. Okay. I forgot to flip my stream deck over to that before we started. Didn't have the button active. Freezer. 80 towers. 80 towers. Fours are in. CD towers. Ones are in. BC towers. Ones are in. BC. Twos are in AB. Twos are in AB.
That was a spoopy.
Pop up, hang out.
Swaps.
AC. AC. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out.
We did.
I don't know what happened. I'm guessing your missile, maybe? As you seemed out on time, so it wasn't a timing issue. That's alright. Just fire away.
Swaps.
80. 80. Fours are in AB. Fours are in AB.
Missing group 1, 2 tower.
Ah, missed the swap. That's okay. You're fine. Just gotta make sure you're watching your swaps.
Have confidence.
If you don't do it, best thing you can do is rearrange your party list so that you have those three all near you, because they're going to be the only three you'll be swapping off of. That you have to manually check your swap off of the whole time.
Swaps.
And if you match with your group, you just swap.
Alright. Got threes in. We have a B, D towers, B, D towers. Fours in, DA. Fours in, DA. One's in BC. One's in BC. Two's in AC. Two's in AC. And AC. They're out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge and fire, get to your spots. Get ready to line up. Get your debuff, eyes at 1. Under female, if I act under female. Close, close.
Oh, you were too close. That makes sense. I kept trying to inch closer to you, and I couldn't figure out why we couldn't get rid of the debuff.
Just remember, those mid-glitch back of the markers.
We were triangle. He was in the laser.
Oh, you were triangle. Yep. Just gotta remember to draw the imaginary line. Also, it should work.
I was shuffling at the notch back and forth, and I couldn't find like the half.
Yeah, it should be 2 notches. It should be 2
Yeah.
notches off. Yeah. It should be 2 notches off.
I just couldn't like angle my camera toward him to see where he was at the time until after we got it.
Swaps.
Okay. Get 3s in. 80. 80 towers. AC, 4s are in. AC towers. We got BC towers. Those are in. Twos are in. B, D, boy, dog towers.
We're good.
Right? BD, BD, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Touch the fire, get to your spots. is in B is in boy. I'm gonna be under female, under female, under female. Going close. I is in B is in boy. B is in boy. Back in the numbers. Alright, there is no swaps. 2-1. 2-1. Back to 2-1. Back in the markers. Nice job. Back on your mouse. Party will be hanging out over by the 3 marker. Slightly offset of the 3 where I'm standing right now. This, remember what's on return. As soon as this cast starts, we'll all stack up for a second. You get 2 GCDs to hit them. Get 2 GCDs to hit them. Everyone's on mail. Tanks get those away from us. Dodge the arrow into the hitbox. Stack mid. Find mail. The mail's at 2. Both the tanks run towards 2. Tanks run towards 2. Spread out towards 2 a little bit. Then the other tank stack. Okay, so we just shot in mid there. That's alright. Yeah, just shot. So, just remember...
That was mid?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Based on, well, it was either MIT or, yeah, it was MIT.
I parted MIT
because
too
I
late.
didn't throw expedient there. So yeah, that's okay. As far as MIT timing on that piece, you can throw your MIT basically as soon as we get to the middle. Any MIT you have, you can throw as soon as we get to the middle. So. Anything we need to throw there. I'll spread an ad low for that, so that should help some. And then just remember, so tanks will do their deal. They'll get to, you'll find the mail that's on the wall after you do your little line thing, which you guys did the tethers well, so nice job on that. Living it, not exploding. But so you'll do that piece, you'll find the mail, and then remember, you'll both run and you'll just stay, a few clicks out of the, off max melee. Spread out enough that you don't possibly hit each other, and then remember, whichever one of you gets hit, that person just needs to cycle around the party. So you're going to just kind of go away from the male that just dashed you, and the other one is going to go into the party and stack with us. So there will be 7 of us stacked together. So the only one who doesn't stack with us there is the only one who
Bell
hasn't,
that time.
Yeah.
And so you got
Yeah,
hit.
so that time if it was Bell, he would just go basically away from the party. And then you would stack with us. And then we'll eat that one big hit, and then remember, at that point, female is not taking damage, so your firewall goes away when the Limitless Synergy cast ends, and everyone should be jumping on male.
Who is casting it?
They both are.
They both are? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they're both casting it.
Also, if we
So-
have a free feint, you can throw feint after party synergy is back on your respective dudes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
we
says
should check that.
it just says free feint to help the tanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Just throw feint at as soon as we come back from party synergy.
Well, we're both
Yep,
on.
yep.
We're both on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both on male, so they can throw it at the one, though. Alright, all good. Just run it back, do it again. Try to get to P3 transition and see that go.
Okay. Kind of. So the aggressive sweeping.
Angry sweep.
It's cleaning up P2.
Yeah, clean it up.
Nice. Okay. 3s are in.
Swaps.
3s are in. Looking at BC towers. BC towers. 4s are getting ready. 4s are in. AD towers. 1s are in. Twos are in 80. Twos are in 80. Spots.
Swaps.
There are swaps. We are at 1 and 3. Ones are out. Twos are out.
Oh shit.
Threes are out. Threes are out.
So sorry.
Fours are out. Be pentagramed up a little bit more center. Get to your spots. When you bring the beat.
Too fast, oh my god.
Yeah, that was too fast. I didn't get my vomit out.
Well,
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
Oh,
I'll grab it.
I have the red.
Or no,
Dimension
if you have
marker, I thought
Swift,
it was
grab it.
me.
If you have Swift, grab it. My Swift is gone.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Ruby.
It's okay. Alright, we're gonna line up. Picture. Get your debuff size at C. We're going out, 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 and then farm. Out and out and farm. Remember the picture. No swaps, CA. No swaps, CA. All the way to the wall. All the way to the wall. Shab back on your bosses. Remember, Firewall is still active. Tanks are now taking heavy damage. It's okay. I will grab Bell. Just gotta keep down day alive.
I've used my mitt.
Yep, you're fine. Just do what you can. Try to throw anything else away out for you. Alright, give one GCD to hit him. You're hanging out at 3. Things are doing their thing. You dodge into the hitbox when you see the line. Dodge in. Fine. Fail is over by 3. Over by 3. Mid, hard mid. Mid now. Things are stacking. We're gonna live that. We're gonna hit nail with everything we have. There's gonna be one more raid wide coming. Nail needs to die. So after it, throw your 2s, throw
You
whatever
said 2,
need to
sorry?
push this. Yeah, send
Yeah.
Just send everything. Just send everything. With death especially, just full send. Full send, try to push it. You can even throw it on the too, but
The twos we should.
I'd say we're fine. We're fine. We should be fine. Actually, no, we're just gonna be way too off.
Nice.
Alright,
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
line up down here by 3, same as our 1 lineup. Remember, if you get the purple circle, you're gonna step forward. If you get the little white AoE, you're gonna step backwards. And everyone else is just going to stack up. If you don't have to think, just dodge things propagating out from the middle.
Oh,
What?
That's okay.
Oh, I forgot. These are not on your debuff bar, are they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Oh, well, I got
They're
absolutely
100%
nothing and I was confused.
because you can
Yeah,
do nothing.
yeah, because there's 2 nothings. There's 2 whites, there's 2 nothings, and there's 4 purples. No, you're totally okay. That is totally okay.
So you want to remind me how to do that because I completely forgot.
Whites and nothings go together.
Yeah,
Purples,
we'll go over this. So
uh,
basically, we'll go over this. So basically, we do our normal lineup that we do at the start of the phase, right? So like, if everyone just lines up down this C line, we're gonna line up down here. So like the healers at the end, then the range, then the melee, then the tanks.
That's why I was confused.
Going in
because
and
I
out.
saw that you were with me and I thought that we were both
And
missing,
so-
there was already 2 people on the ring.
So what's going to happen is you're going to get there's three possibilities. You're going to look at your debuff when the mechanic starts. You're either going to get a purple circle, you're going to get a little white like parking cone, or you're going to get nothing. If you get the purple circle, you're just going to take a step forward off the line. If you get the little like white traffic cone, you're going to take a step away from the middle of the room. And what's going to happen is you're going to see 2 people are going to take a step back, 4 people are going to take a step forward, and 2 people aren't going to move. The 2 people that don't move, the leftmost one who didn't move is going to move, and you're going to pair with the leftmost person who took a step back. Rightmost is going to pair with rightmost. Effectively, what's happening, there's 4 purple AoEs. Those 4 purple AoEs are a spread. The 2 white AoEs need to be stacked with one other player. And 2 people have nothing, so they need to stack with the white AoEs to do it. So if you did like this case, if I step forward, like Ruby takes a step back, and Macy doesn't have anything, what's going to happen is I'm a spread, so all the spreads are going to head towards like the B marker, the 4 marker, the 1 marker, the D marker. We're going to head to that half of the room. And then Macy is going to be standing here. She's going to see she has nothing. She's going to see Ruby took a step back. So she's going to collapse back, and her and Ruby are going to dodge this mechanic together down in this little C3 section of the room. If this were to happen where, like, say, Leon had the white marker, so he takes a step back, and maybe, say, Voller had nothing, the 2 of you would then be paired together. And so the 2 of you would be dodging down in this section of the room. And say you both had a white marker, that's where it gets kind of goofy. If, say, you both ended up white, so you both took a step back, at that point, Voller would be over here, and Leon, your new side is now this side. Because you are the leftmost white marker, and then the leftmost nothing would pair with you, and the rightmost nothing would pair with her. So that's how that kind of works. And then there's the spread, and the spread is effectively, if you're the leftmost spread, you're going to hang out kind of over by the D marker. If you're the rightmost purple that stepped forward, you're going to hang out over by the B marker. The other 2 are kind of doing their own deal. So the other 2 are going to be kind of up by like 4A and 1A respectively, based on how you line up. If you look in the strat channel, it's also in the toolbox. I think I also have a picture of it, actually, so you don't have to go into the toolbox. If you look, there's a picture of it. You'll see like the Gunbreaker and the Machinist in the picture. The Gunbreaker and the Dragoon have the white little parking cone I was talking about. The other 2 have nothing, and then there's the 4 spreads, and that's how you're going to spread out accordingly. And then the way you dodge that mechanic is decently simple. You're going to go to your respective spots, hang out on the back wall. You're going to look. There's going to be hands that are going to spawn around the arena. You're going to find the second hand that spawns near you, and you're going to stand kind of close to that hand on the like outside edge, and there's AoEs propagating out from the middle. So it's going to do hit the center, hit a little bit out, hit a little bit out, hit the edge. You're going to let it come to you the first time. You're going to step in to dodge it. You're going to go back to the wall. When you dodge the second time, it's going to be coming at you, so you need to dodge and then step into it. You're going to dodge into the first big hand that explodes. And that gets you away from the second hand. So that's kind of how that works. It'll take a couple pulls to get used to it, but that's generally speaking how that's going to look. The only thing I will mention other than that is once we're out of that phase, everybody effectively has, for lack of a better term, for the start of Hello World, everyone has a clock spot. So like the healers are at B and D, the tanks are hanging out at A and C, you know, the melees are at their respective 3-2 spots, and the ranger at their effective 4-1s. We're just doing a full clock around the boss, and that's just so you don't get stacked with each other. But yep, we'll just pull it again and just keep rolling until we get there.
Alright.
Unless there's a question, in which case then we can answer that question. But
I just realized this is for Hello World, but we're not there yet.
We're almost.
yeah, I mean, well, it's the thing after the transition, so it's close.
The transition lanes for the people with debuffs was inside, and everybody else was outside. Was that how we were doing it, or was it the other
What do
way?
you mean? What do you mean?
The people with the debuffs.
Oh,
Do they?
There's 2 types of debuffs.
oh, I see what are you talking about for like the red-blue debuffs?
Yeah, the
you
red-blue
mean?
debuffs. Yeah. Do we go around?
Yeah, so
on the
way
outside
we were
or inside?
handling it, yeah, so the way we were handling it, actually, I don't know how don't know how PF handles it. The way we historically handled it was we kept blue in the lane inside the hitbox. So like if you were to picture like Omega, there's all those lanes where you saw the AoEs going out. We had red stay on the outside of Omega's hitbox in melee range, but on the outside. Blue stayed basically on the hitbox on the inside, so they could both keep hitting, and then the debuffs hung out in the middle.
Okay.
Or the tethers hung out in the middle. The tethers hung out in the middle, and then they moved out accordingly.
Gotcha.
Well,
Was how
also,
we
Ash,
handled it.
I don't think we mentioned the fists.
I mentioned them very casually, so
Okay.
there's going to be fists, but I'll mention them again. It's probably worth reiterating them. So when you go to your respective spots, so like you could see me doing some weird stuff over by D. Don't worry about that. But effectively, what was happening is you'll go over. So like, say you're coming over. We'll use down here as a good example. There are possibilities of fists that are going to spawn in different spots. So like, say a fist spawns. You'll see a handful of fists spawn as you're running to your first spot, and then a second set will spawn in. When they go off in a big raid wide, like a big like circle that you have to be out of, like a point blank centered on them. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look and say you saw a fist hanging out over here at like C, right? So say a fist was hanging out here by C, you're gonna be over here, right? If you were the nothing or the stack, you're gonna hang out over here because another fist is gonna spawn in this vicinity over here. You're going to be hanging out over here, and you're just going to hang out on this edge. And your movement's going to look like this. You'll be hanging out over here. You're going to see the propagating AoE come out at you. As soon as it hits the lane in front of you, you're going to step into it. Once you have stepped into it, you'll see the back wall go off. You're going to step back to this back wall. You're going to see like a little like a ground AoE kind of appear for a second. You're going to stand over here. You're going to pop sprint. The second that ground AoE goes off, you're going to run into it, and you're going to step into this lane, because this lane here that you dodged the first time stepping off the wall is going to go off again. So when you dodge the fist, you're going to step into that AoE as you dodge the fist, hugging tight to the new fist to make sure that you don't run too close. Because if you were to say take your stack and run it to C, there's a chance you're going to clip this person that's over here. Because there's two stacks we're trying to fit in that one little safety section. Yes, save sprint. Save sprint for that last dodge. It will help you a lot, especially as you're getting used to it. Eventually, you'll be able to get away with it without having to sprint, but it will help a lot if you get comfy with dodging that accordingly. Yeah, for the most part, you can get away with everything in P3 without sprint. But all right. If everyone's good, we will run that. That'll be the goal for the rest of the day, is try to get comfy with Hello World and get through it. On the off chance we get the monitors, it'll get interesting because we don't have the AM set up yet, but that's fine. We'll deal with that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, boxes.
Yeah.
We
We had a Lalafell, so they were hiding. Yep.
All right, get out.
The little guy.
Yup. Yeah, you can't live that stack with one person. So you're not gonna live that stack with one person. But really nice pull. Let's just do it again. Get back there and work our way through E3.
Swaps.
Alright, threes are in. AD towers. Fours are in. We have BC towers. AD towers, ones are in. Twos are in BC towers. We're good to top up.
Swaps.
debuffs. We're using some 4. Those are out. 2s are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. What the hell is this? What the hell?
What did I do?
Why'd you laser me?
Oh, I couldn't control it.
That's alright.
I was dead. I just
was
wanted
running
to
past
pass
your
on
body
the
and I'm
laser.
like, I'm gonna get shot real fast. I know what's coming.
I wanted to pass on the love from me dying to a laser.
Fair enough. Okay, all good. All good.
Swaps. Double swaps.
Freeze it. AB. AB. Fours are in. It's AC. AC. Fours are in. Ones are in BD. Ones are in BD. CD twos are in. CD twos are in. Get your
Swaps.
debuffs. 1, 3. 3 is starting point. Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. Dodge fire. Get to your spots. Just make sure he dies. Big Buster. Get your debuff. Eyes at 4. Male sides. Male sides. Going far. Going far. Eye is at 4. Eye is at 4. It's okay. Yeah, I think you were square, though. I think. That's okay. I was Axe. I was the Axe. Yeah, that's why I was like, I think you were square, but then I got lost by where you were dodging. It's okay. We'll run her back. All good. That is okay.
Smuts.
Threes are in. A, B towers, A, B towers. C, D towers, C, D towers.
Or you. What? The D tower just pieced out for tether without waiting.
I saw the D tether get picked up. It looked right.
Yeah, but
It looked like
either someone that wasn't theirs to take if they took it.
Gotcha. Okay, all good. I'm guessing it was just a swap pickup that got goofed up.
Probably.
Was all.
Oh yeah, I picked up 1 instead of 2.
Sorry. That's okay. It happens. Alright, threes are in. B, D. Wait, no. Towers. B, C. B, C. Those are. Ones get ready. Ones are in AC. Ones are in AC. Twos are in. Twos are in AD. Pop up.
Smuts.
Get your debuffs. 1, 3. 3 ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Weird. Step up.
I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Go ahead. You are all good. We're all good. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about any of the P3 stuff too while we're waiting on Macy, feel free to throw them out there. You can cover those ahead of time, depending. Quite frankly, P3 is probably... It has its moments that are rough, but honestly, it's a little bit more chill than P2, quite frankly. So... 3 and 4 aren't too bad. Not the keyboard. Okay. Alright. Let's just stay focused through this, get to E3, start working on Hello World. Reminder that phase is very rude when it comes to midding as well. So when we get there, you'll want to make sure you catch
Swaps.
E3s are in. Boy dog and towers. Boy dog and towers. Fours are in. AD. Fours are in. AD. Ones are in BC. Ones are in BC. Twos are in. Twos are in AC. Get rid of debuffs.
We're good.
Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. Twos are out. Threes are out.
Yeah, I got cuffed bad by a puddle.
Gotcha.
I don't know what happened, but like right when I was about to go out, there was a puddle right in front of me.
Yeah, I'm guessing there was something weird happening with him. 'Cause I think Bell got hit by one of them as well, so.
Yeah, because it was we got hit by the 3 laser, and I went to step up, and there was a puddle like if we were right here, there was a puddle like right here. So I had to step back into the party and then go.
Gotcha. Okay. All good. We're all good. Just keep on rolling.
I know.
Right, threes are in. Threes are in.
Swaps.
Looking at AD. AD. Fours are in. BD. Fours are in. Ones are in BC. Ones are in BC. Twos are in AC. Twos are in AC. Top up. Get your 2 buffs.
Swaps.
1, 3. Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. That's fire. Gear spots. Gear spots. Just make sure he dies. Don't burn anything extra. You got plenty of time. boy. Out, 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 out. Go close, close, close. Isaac is a boy. Alright, in this case, it's an X swap. So, alright, we got marker.
Yeah, it would be an X swap.
Yeah, I just saw it. I couldn't tell if it was X or square. That's what I was just saying. I believe that's what I saw. Saw the swap, but couldn't tell if it was the X or the square it was doing.
I looked at the wrong female.
That's okay.
Get slapped if you do that.
That is true. That does happen. Alright. Just keep on rolling.
What I usually do is when we get the assignments, I give people 2 seconds, like a moment to look at them, and then I start running center to give my the best chances of getting the right spot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
People are struggling. Get there.
Yeah, the closer you get to center, the easier all the dodges are.
I'm good.
Threes are in.
And while I'm looking or running to center, I look around.
A, B, fours are in. Ones are in. And C, ones are in. C. It's alright. And then we got our last ones. Which that's okay. It's okay. I saw you. I was going to try to adjust, but then I saw you do that. If that does happen, the best thing you can do in that case, if you do run into that issue, where you, and this is for anyone, like say B and C were the 2 safe spots. If you find your bolt at C, oh god damn it. If you find your bolt at C, best thing you can do is run, like, in that case, like we just had. If one of you knows you need to adjust, say, you know, someone needs to adjust to B, don't head back towards the hitbox. The best thing you can do is run down the wall. So the blaster's big, but it's not, like, super aggressively big. So, like, say that person, you both are running out towards C. If the person who's supposed to be at C gets to the wall and the person who realizes they're in the wrong spot needs to get to B, just head out to the wall and try to run along the wall. You're going to get enough distance, but you won't clip the towers. You'll have a lot more spacing if you do it that way. But, okay. We are all good. Doesn't happen often, so. But just wanted to mention it. That also gives the person who's also on the wall a little bit of cushion to spread away from you. And that can sometimes help as well. Numbers.
We're good.
Threes are in. We have CD towers. AB towers, fours are in. AB towers, fours are in. Ones are in. We have B towers. Ones are in. B towers. And then we have AC towers, twos are in. Back on this. Top up now.
Swap. Double swaps.
BD, boy dog, ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. I is at C, we're going far, going far, going far. I is a cat. Right, there is no swap. We were doing 2-4. 2-4. Or sorry, 4-2. 4-2, but you know what I mean.
Funny, Bell and Leon also resolved their tethers during that.
During the
During the
knockback?
The joke was that they were dead, but they resolved their towers because they were essentially 90 degrees off the correct positions.
Gotcha.
Because they were both at the wall.
Nope, I understand what you're saying. Alright, just keep on rolling.
I got your terrible joke, Ruby.
Thank you. It's...
What was unfortunate was that snap happened. They did get it correct. Like, it was correct by the end of it. It just... The fire snapped a second before the thing. Because they didn't have the debuff when they died.
Game said nothing.
Alright, 3s are in.
Swaps.
CD towers. 3s are in. Fours are in AB towers. Fours are in AB towers. Ones are in AD towers. Ones are in AD towers. Twos are in AC towers. Twos are in AC towers. Pop up in 2 seconds.
You're good.
AC. AC. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge the last fire and find your spots.
I'm lagging. I'm good.
Yes, you are.
That was
Just
terrifying.
teleport to that spot. Okay, make sure this dies. You should be plenty fine. Just keep hitting. You should stop hitting. Line up. I is in D is in dog. Out, 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 out. I is in D is in dog. All the way to the wall. Nice job. No swaps. We are doing 1-3. 1-3. 1-3. All the way to the wall. All the way to the wall. And on your bombs. Wait for the right person. And over here. Okay, so take these autos. You'll get a chance to cleave when this cast ends. 2 cleaves. And fail. Next way. Inside. Shield mail is over D. Over D. Over D. Over D. Collapse.
Oh, I didn't rotate fast enough.
sure we're hitting male. Throw your net. Kill female. Throw your twos at this. Just do 2 dives. Yeah, so that's why you want to do it, is because pile pitch is targeted on one of the 2 closest people, and because you have that bulb up, it will just...
Probably... No, we're good.
No, we're fine. We were more than fine.
More,
We probably could have
the
helped
cast
twos
must
there,
slow
but...
down or something.
Do we normally put 2s in there?
No, we do not normally put 2s into it. Alright, check your debuffs. Purple's forward, light's back. Look, and they get to where you need to be. Watch for the hands. They spawn on the edge, stay on the outside. Dodge in. Look out. So then you'll see the big AoEs, you'll dodge into that big AoE, and then just like that.
How come I took way too much damage for taking a purple?
Someone died.
Oh, okay.
Someone died. So, because remember, if anyone dies, their debuff gets thrown at someone else.
Okay, that'd be okay.
So what killed you was, it basically what ended up happening was somebody got hit, it threw their spread at you, their spread kill, or it threw their stack at you, their stack killed you, your spread went off and killed someone else, and then those spreads flew, hit the other stack, which then got thrown at me, and Bell had nothing, so he lived. It's basically what happened. Yep, so. No, nice job, though. Overall, nice job getting there. Yeah, it's one of those weird scenarios where that can happen. One thing I will mention, I don't know if anyone did it, but it is worth mentioning. Try to not run through the center of the room there. Because we're a bit further back, try not to run through the center of the room if you have to get to the, say, the 1 or the 4. Go around. You have time, so just go around. Like, the smarter approach to getting up to your markers, because the spread doesn't really impact you, if you're worried about getting there, don't try to run through the middle and potentially get clipped. Try to get to, like, you know, heading towards D or B and then circling up towards your marker will make a little bit, it'll get you there a little bit easier. And yes, you can always move into the blue. So like the movement timing, it's gonna feel really off the first couple times you see it, but get used to it because you're gonna see it again in P4. Basically, the best thing I can say about that mechanic is you are, the entire time you're there, during transition, there's only 2 things you should ever really be looking at through the entirety of that transition phase. It's finding the hands on the wall, find the first hand, and then know how that impacts you, right? Because you're going to be shifting away from that hand. It's finding that first hand so you know where you're going to be dodging into. And once you're aware of where that hand is, your camera should basically be facing down, and you are just watching the floor to see the part in front of you light up. The second it lights up, move. You don't want to move too fast because that can clip you, and obviously you don't want to move way too slow, so you're just staring at the floor watching it, and the second you see it light up, step into it. That'll get you off the floor as quick as possible. There's also, you'll notice there's a bunch of little tracks, like circular tracks on the floor. Those correspond to exactly what's getting hit, so once you kind of get a feel for it, you'll be able to kind of min-max that dodge a little bit. But the more we see it, the easier it'll get, so we will just roll. And to answer your question, Macy, no, we normally do not throw 2s at phase 2.
What we used to do was half of us did and half of us didn't.
Yeah, we did do
And
that.
then, like Macy, you did your 2s as Samurai. But then at the beginning of P3, I would start with my 2s.
That's right. That's right. We had that really jank ass fucking 2 thing where then me and you held our fucking 2s. That's right. We had that real jank 2 window. I remember that. God, that's.
Because I'm probably gonna throw my 2 and just hold gauge to go in with an actual 2 and 3 as well. You know, stupid micro shit.
Smokes.
3s are in. 3s are in D&D. guys had a nice job. Just gotta keep getting there. Get through. 4s are in A and C. 4s are in A and C. 1s are in C and D. 1s are in C and D. 2s are in A and B. 2s are in A and B.
Brent got me there.
It died. Alright.
I sprint through the tether and it didn't grab it out of that.
Top up.
You're good.
Debuffs. We're using B and D. In that area, 1s are out. 1s are out. 2s are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. Fired into your spots. Percent wise, no, we should stop hitting the boss. A bit higher than it was. Hit the boss. Weird AFK.
But what about my emo?
More damage before this, I think you can all you want.
My gauge, oh my god.
Got tank stuff happening. Alright, get ready to line up. Need your debuff. I is at 3. Male sides, male sides, male sides. I is at 3 going far. I is at 3 or going far.
Oh. What?
Most it's a BD. BD.
Never mind. Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Wow.
The,
I don't know why. I could have sworn I saw that they both stacks were in group 2, and then I completely went to the wrong side of the room.
Nope. Stacks are on opposite sides.
Alright, so it matters which
Yeah, no,
side
Dante,
you...
that one literally just snapped you barely in range there. That was... So that's when his debuffs fell off right as it hit.
So you know how there's two safe
you were-
sides when it's in cross?
When it's
No sides?
Yeah. Yeah, there's always 2 safe sides.
Yeah. I
So
have to be
he'll
in the
always
other
be
safe spot.
sitting...
Safe side.
So he'll always be sitting in between 2 sides. Or so he'll always be like sitting between 2 markers. Like he's never like on C directly. He'll always be in between 2 of them.
Yeah.
So you
I know.
obviously can go
I'm
to
just-
the back of either one.
I'm just saying I was in the wrong side, so it took me forever to get there
Gotcha.
without sprint.
Do you? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you sprint the first dodge?
I sprint there in Panto, so I don't have it.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
Okay, I was gonna ask, is there any way you can drop your first bubble a little farther out if you're the one?
Further out?
Yeah, because I was the 2 behind you, and I got hung up having to wait to leave because your first puddle got dropped right in front of me.
The first puddle in the middle?
It's not supposed to be directly in the middle. It's supposed to be like closer to the fire.
Oh. Wait, closer to the fire? What fire?
Like
The fire we're chasing.
Yeah, the fire we're chasing. Like his fire cleave.
Okay.
He sees the boss, and like the party's over here. It's not supposed to be like right dead center because it winds up getting dropped right in front of the 2. It's supposed to be like more towards this side.
It's just shifted slightly.
On the... On the leading fire?
Yeah, so like what she's saying is if say you were the one and you were standing in as soon, like, so you're standing in before the fire starts rotating and you see it rotates clockwise. She's just saying try to put it up against the fire that's rotating away from you,
Okay.
as opposed to more in the middle. That, I think that's all she's saying, if I'm
Yeah,
understanding
okay.
correctly. Yep.
Instead of having the first
Okay,
one
okay.
drop like kind of like in the middle.
All right. Let's give her another. Let's give her another go. Yeah, see, I never sprint Panto. I just sprint. I always save sprint. I always try to save sprint for part synergy. Threes are in. You got me. Towers. CD towers. CD towers. Ones are in CD towers. Ones are in CD towers. AB towers. AB towers. Twos are
That was a weird pattern.
I think it's an excellent pattern. What do you mean? All the melee uptime.
Alright. Up, up. Hang out.
Double
Up.
swaps.
B. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Got some fire. Get to your splits. Just keep hitting away. Sure it does. Get ready to line up. I is at 4. Male sides. Male sides. Going far. Going far.
Oh, I'm done.
That's okay.
Technically, that's a swap. I think.
I think so, but there's only like 2 people alive, so
Yeah.
it's kind of gonna be a swap because.
I also don't know if
There's
people in the
nothing
right
else there.
spot, so they're just both in the corner.
Yep. Okay, we can also take our quick halfway 5 right now because food for a few people is gonna fall off. So
Yeah, for male
take a quick
sides,
couple minutes.
usually on the opposite side of the marker is always going to be safe. I saw a lot of people like
Yep.
a lot of people almost just ate it because they were so close to that line.
Yeah. So when you're male, like if he stays right here, if it's male sides, right here is technically not safe. Right here is pretty dang close. But yeah, back of the mark or like marker side away from him will always be your safest bet. You're gonna give yourself a little cushion because that plus gets a little bit goofy sometimes. I'll be back in a second.
Dog ass, dude. I hate male sides so much.
Yeah, we'll re-instance. We can re-instance if anyone using my pots. What do you mean? Like, because he's like turned kind of sideways, you mean?
Like his one
Yeah.
arm is more forward than the other, so he's kind of slanted.
He's crooked. Well, he's standing like a paladin does, kind of. Nah, it at the end of the day, it just comes down to, at least, because the hardest part of that is male sides. It is the worst of the four by far. Like, out is pretty simple for the most part. You have a ton of space to work with. You know, double in, you have a ton of space to work with. Under female, there's a ton of excess space. You know, that one is the one that you truly have the least amount, so you kind of just have to vibe that out, and when you realize it's happening, just run to the backside of the markers. Like, run to the sides of the markers away from him. Once you get used to that, that movement becomes pretty easy, but... Because you're not really necessarily you're not really worrying about where he's standing for the most part, because, you know, depending on what you're able to see, which you have the same monitor I do, so you can see damn near fucking everything. Once you kind of get a feel for what the two look like, it becomes pretty easy to vibe out what he's doing. Like I said, the nice part is once you're out of P2, P3 is... I like P3 as a phase. P3 is a fun phase. It has its moments, but once P3 is working really well, P3 is a really good phase. Oh god, is Enoch in your chat or something?
No.
It's the only man who matched your vibe, and it was intense. Oh no. Oh no. Oh lord.
I'll be here all week.
Lord.
So glad I missed that joke.
In fact, I'm going to take that joke.
Hey, can't take my jokes. I took that off the internet.
You're gonna send it to email.
Yes.
The hell was that?
That was a bag of chips.
I'm sorry. I forgot it was directly under my mic.
Not the Cheez-Its. We had way too many wipes of Cheez-It dust.
Alrighty. Reminder to check your food. This very well probably fell off. Check your party lists. Make sure those are correct.
Thank you. Not always for work.
And otherwise, we got another half a raid, so let's do our best. Let's try to get to Hello World and start working our way through that. Get the transition phase cleaned up, work our way through Hello World. P3 and P4 are very short, relatively speaking. There's only 2 mechanics apiece, so
I don't remember what P4 is.
it's dodging line AoEs into stacks while dodging
Oh yeah. What's monitors considered? 3 or 4?
3. The second half of 3. Alright,
Swaps.
3s are in. A, D, A, B, A, D. Fours are in. B, D, B. Fours are in. B, C, B, C. Ones are in. Twos are in AC. Twos are in AC. Good to top up. Get your debuffs.
Swaps.
There are swaps. Area, clockwise, ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Touch fire. And spots. Alright, the boss is getting absolutely destroyed, so
He is. Jesus.
hopefully Ruby we have a chance.
Oh, no, I barely got Bahamut
You
off.
have to summon Bahamut. I have to. There's a difference. It's your one chance.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I got no gauge.
No gauge for you, I need Bahamut, so that'll control me.
I got no gauge.
Okay. Alright, line up. Get your debuff. I is at A. I is at A. Male sides on the A and the 1 marker. Back to the A and the 1 marker. Going far, going far. I is at A is an F. Going far. All the way to the 1. No swaps, 2-4. No swaps, 2-4. All the way to the wall. And back on your bosses. Tank's gonna take some heavy damage. Make sure you're getting the correct here, kind of by the 3 marker. Limitless, you'll get 2 cleaves at the end of this, or 2 cleaves at the end. Tanks go do your thing. We're going to dodge it into the hitbox. Dodge it into the hitbox. Alright, shield homie, finding him, he's over by 2, he's over by 2. Things do your thing. Nice job. Alright, we're gonna kill this. Work on female. Plenty of time. Range people can kind of head back a little bit. You can pre-position this. You just want to make sure it dies, so throw enough into it to make sure it dies. Perfect. Line up. Remember, purple debuff step forward, white debuff step back, other ones stay still. Look at your debuffs now. Hang out on the wall, get ready to move in after this next one. Move in. Back to the wall. Top sprint if you haven't. Move and dodge in. It's okay. Get Leon up if we can and get to your spots. Block spots now. Heavy mitt. Hang out kind of inside if you're able. Debuffs. Red is defamation. Red is defamation. Red is defamation. And they mean nothing to you if it doesn't. We'll go over it. First tower is red is defamation. First tower is red is defamation.
I don't know how we didn't pass.
Hey, Leon. That's okay.
Christmas tethers are by defo, right?
Yes, we'll go over all that quick. But so, if you open up the strat channel, I'll start with this. If you open up the strat channel and you go to the 3 video, nice job getting through intermission. If you open that up, there's a little chart that's called Smello World. That chart is effectively the entire mechanic. That chart is effectively the entire mechanic, all at one time. And it's basically telling you what you're going to do. So all you're going to do is you're going to find yourself on that chart if you're not fully familiar with what's going on while you're working through it. You're going to find yourself on that chart, and then you're just going to follow it logically around. The way the mechanic effectively functions is every person needs to do everything exactly one time to gain immunity to it, so when Hello World ends, you don't die to it. So in that case, the way that call is going to happen, there's not going to be a lot of calls happening during that mechanic. It's effectively going to be what that was, which is it's going to be X is defamation, Y is defamation. The way this is going to work is, so if we take that last mechanic as a good example, 2 people are going to start with colors. And when I call red is defamation, I have now told you everything you need to know about that mechanic to solve it the rest of the way. What that basically means is red are going to be exploding in big point blanks. Because those red are going to be exploding into big point blanks, it means if you have a green tether, you need to have stretched that green tether, and one of you needs to be standing next to the red towers, next to the 2 big red puddles. Green tethers need to be standing next to those red puddles. Off to the side, stretching your tether super far. If you are blue, you need to be standing. So if we were to use, like, let me do this. I can do this with markers. Actually, it'll probably be easier to do this. So if this was the room, if these were your 4 puddles, if these were the 2 red puddles, and these were the blue puddles. Okay, so let's just say the room fell like this. How this is going to look. If red is defamation, you're going to go to your red puddle. You're going to stand in the back of it. So you're going to stand back, like basically max melee behind the white dot is the easiest answer. You're going to look behind the white dot. So there's a white dot in the dead center of the tower, whether it's red or blue, there's always a white dot there. You're going to take a couple steps behind it. If you're ranged, you can go even further, but max melee. You're gonna stand there. So the 2 reds will go into their towers. So the 2 reds into your towers behind if it was defamation. Yeah, don't go all the way to the wall. Try to be as close to max melee as you can, but, you know, if you want to take an extra step out for safety, you can do that. Then what's going to happen is the 2 green tethers are going to show up, and they're going to go to these puddles. They're going to hang out, and if this is the red puddle, the green tethers are going to be standing on this side of the red puddle and this side of the red puddle. So you're going to be shifted offset really far away. If you were the blue debuff, because you weren't defamation, you're going to be standing inside your puddles on the sides of it. So like towards each other. And there's going to be 2 people with blue tethers. They're going to be standing in between, one of you with each of those. So like Ruby and Macy would be the 2 blue tether people, and Pel and I would be the blue people there. The way this mechanic's going to work is effectively what's happening is the red towers are exploding with defamation. They are hitting the 2 people with the green tether, passing that defamation to those green tethers. The blue people are blowing up with a share debuff, and they are stack hitting the other 2 people that are standing between, 1 apiece, sharing that hit and passing that stack to those 2 people with the blue tethers. What happens immediately after that is as soon as the defamation and the stack go off, the people who have colors are going to stand still, and the people with tethers are going to go pick up those colors. So how this is going to look, if Ruby and Macy can demonstrate that for me, the stack goes off, Ruby and Macy would step onto Belle and me respectively. When they do that, their blue tether will snap. Because they've now gotten far enough apart from each other, their blue tether is going to snap, and it's going to put up like a 2-3 second magic vuln up. They're going to stack on us, and they're going to pick up their colors, and then they're going to fuck off. The color people aren't going to move. So like Ruby will come in, he'll pick this up, and he's going to go over here. He's going to get away from me. Because these 2 people who have these debuffs are going to explode. It's not going to be big, but they're going to have a point blank on them when their debuff expires, and you don't want to get hit by it because it will kill you. So the blue tethers are going to move, they're going to pick up their thing, and they're going to go. At the same time, if we do the red side, Ruby, if you can help me with that, if, say, the red person's standing here, as soon as the defamation goes off, the green tether people are going to run to the person who has defamation. So in this case, like Ruby would run to me, he would pick up his debuff, and then as soon as he picks that up, him and the other green tether person, once the magic vuln has fallen off, which it should fall off within a second or 2, they'll start walking towards each other, and once they get close enough, their green tether will snap. At that point in time, we have now passed the red and the blue onto the next person who are going to have defamation and stack. It'll have maintained its color integrity from the start of the mechanic. And what's going to happen is, because of the way this mechanic flows, if you had defamation, your next debuff that's going to come up is going to be a blue tether debuff. You're going to get a blue tether, and you're going to go to the other color. So if you follow this path logically, what's happening is you're either going to start with a color or you're not. You're either going to start with blue or red. It's either going to be a stack or a defamation, which you're being told based on the call. Once you know what that is, you're going to... How do I want to explain this? Basically, once you've taken your color, you are going to be spending the next 2 mechanics at the other color. So if you say started with defamation red, the next 2 mechanics you do for the next 2 iterations of Hello World as we're rotating around, you will go to blue for the next 2. And in that case, you'd actually go to blue for the next 3 because of a different quirk, but that's neither here nor there. But basically, once you've done it, once you've done a color, and you've had a color and you've passed your color debuff, your next 2 debuffs will happen at the next color. So that's kind of how you keep this mechanic in track, is you'll never spend more than 2 instances at the same color at any given time, normally, with the exception of the last one where we all go away from the defamation. But generally speaking, once you've been at a color and you've been in a colored tower, your next 2 steps will be near or in the next colored tower. If that makes sense. And so the order is always the same, the stacks will always be the same. The only thing that changes in this whole mechanic, in terms of what you're doing, is what color is defamation. So as long as you understand that, you'll flow through that mechanic pretty quick. There's not a whole lot else really happening there that causes too many issues. If that makes sense. And yes, that's the other big key to this mechanic is if you are red, we want you outside the hitbox. So if you were to picture, like, say, you know, this was the boss's hitbox, reds, if you like basically if you target Omega, the best way I can describe this, if you target Omega, no. So it sort of. So I'll explain that. So basically, like, if you were to look at Omega, say he was in the middle of the room, Carby is where we would expect the red debuffs to be. You're like max melee outside of his hitbox. And blues we would expect to be hanging out, like, say, kind of in his targeting ring, right? So that's how we're keeping you two separated, so that you can move, even if you're moving in the same, like, if you're moving opposite directions, we're avoiding a car crash by keeping one group outside of the hitbox, one in the targeting ring, and all the tethers, you guys are just hanging out in the middle. You're just hanging out in the middle, and just use your eyes to make sure that the tethers don't go goofy.
There's one thing I want to add. Say
Sure.
Macy's where she is and I am where I am.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, me and her need to run to the blue
Or
marker.
I guess like it'd be like here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to run a 3 and stay. If I see Macy's to my side and she's running, I'm running to C to give her 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't want her to run past me, because it's not a slow mechanic, but you just
Here,
gotta,
yeah.
Yeah, so
Use you for another example. Can you stand right here?
Okay.
Let's say this is a scenario that can definitely happen with me and you, Leon. Say I'm attached to Ruby with a tether, and we need to be on either side of blue. Generally speaking, Ruby's just gonna wait and see where I go. So, like, say I start running this way, Ruby will slide to the other side. Just if you start opposite of somebody and it's not obvious which tower is closest to, just wait and see where your partner, who you're attached to, where they're going, and adjust to them.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of vibes to get used to it, but it's not a static. It's not a static, like, group 1 always takes the left tower, group 2 always takes the right tower, because you can't do that, because the debuffs are too random to force that easily. Technically, you probably could do it with a swap prio, but it's really just not necessary. At the end of the day, one thing I'll make a note of, and it's going to sound really stupid, but it'll make sense. Once the mechanic starts, your partner for that mechanic is locked for the entire mechanic. So the second Defamation comes out, like if I have Defamation and Leon, you have Defamation, you and I are always going to be tethered together. We're always going to have stacks at the same time. Everything that happens, we will always be paired for that mechanic. For that pull, you'll always be paired with the person that you're with. So you'll kind of get an idea of where you're going based off that initial part. So yeah, that will be your mechanic buddy for the rest of the thing. The only other thing I will mention, make sure you've looked at the top MIDI. That mechanic hurts a lot. For the tanks, it sucks a lot. You guys take a lot of damage during it. So there is a MIT plan designed specifically around auto attacks for that mechanic, because this dude just hits real hard. So you can kind of see what that is, which usually entails holding your mitt and popping it during set points. If the mitt sheet doesn't make a lot of sense, patch is the cycles of the thing. So patch 1 is the first Defamation, patch 2 is the second Defamation, patch 3 is the third, and patch 4 is the fourth. So
Can I add one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that did help us, I remember, in Hello World, is when everything came out. I know due south is Bell. Say if I got tethered to Bell, one thing that kind of helped is if we kind of pre-spread a little bit, so we weren't standing right next to each other. So that way, if you're a little spread from your partner at the start when the tower spawn, it's a little bit more obvious who's closer to what.
Yeah, so there's only one auto. So what's happening in that mechanic, Bell, in terms of autos, at the start of P3, you'll basically want to take Omega. And you guys can handle this a couple different ways. You could flip your clock spots if you wanted to, have Dante start south and you start north. however you want to do it, that's usually, I think that was how we were doing it before.
Yeah, that's how we did it
Um,
before.
So yeah, so like you would just start north and he would start south for that one mechanic, just so that you're able to keep the boss pointed north. But basically, you'll hold the boss for the first defamation and the second defamation, and then basically, like when the first debuffs come out, you'll rampart to hang out through it. You'll shadow wall the second, and then he'll take it from you after the second defamation and start running through his mitt. And so he'll run through his mitt for the third and the fourth, and then after the fourth one's done, Omega will start critical error, and then you will take the boss back during that critical error cast. You'll mitt that, and then you'll hold the boss through monitors. And then after that, he'll take the boss the rest. I believe he takes, I can't remember how 5 goes. Yeah, he takes the boss at the start of 5. So, and P4, it doesn't really matter who's holding the boss because he's not doing anything. But yeah, so you'll both be taking autos, so buddy mitting each other is helpful, all that kind of normal stuff. But yeah, it'll just take some practice to kind of get our way through it, but there's just that mechanic, and then there's another mechanic. After that point, we need him dead. And then we go into P4. So, not to undersell Hello World. But yeah, make sure you've looked at, yeah, P4 is not really even a phase, generally speaking. Like, it is, but it's not. Yes, the pot should be back up in P3.
All right, then Bell, you can take P3 first, and I'll pick up second. Or you want to do opposite?
Yeah, you guys can also flip your mid too. If you want to hold the boss for the first two, you can flip those two.
Okay, let's just do that. We'll just follow the mission.
Yep. So yeah, just make sure you have the mid sheet up as well. Yeah, so just make sure you have the mid sheet for 3 and 4 up. You know, making sure you know what you're throwing mid at where. Obviously, that doesn't apply to the healers because of our comp, but obviously that doesn't apply to our comp with double heal, or double shield. But I want to make sure it's mentioned so that you're aware of it. There's a lot of weird mid stuff that happens there. That phase hurts, so.
Let's beat him up.
Alrighty, yep. Alright, we'll get it rolling and we'll just keep working our way through it. But nice job getting there. Now we just have to get there again. But real nice job getting through P2 a handful of times. Nice job surviving the intermission. We just gotta... Like I said, the phases will start moving very quickly once we're through P3 especially, because each phase, generally speaking, there's nothing too crazy wrong with the first 2 phases in this fight. Suck more than anything else. Alright, 3s are in. 3s are in. We
Swaps.
got AB towers. 3s are in. AB towers. Fours are in BD towers. 4s are in BD towers. 1s are in. 1s are in CD towers. 2s are in AC towers. 2s are in AC towers.
Group 2 tether with everything.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion there. That's alright. That's alright. We just work it out. Also, Enoch liked your joke, Ruby.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alright,
Double
threes are in.
swaps.
Threes are in. We got CD towers. CD Fours are in. Fours get ready. We have AB towers. Fours are in. Fours are in. Ones are in. We have BD towers. Ones are in. We have BD towers. We have AC towers. Twos are in. Nice job. Let's hop up in a couple seconds here.
Swaps.
1-3. Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Find your spots. Make sure he dies at the right time. Perfect. Carry that line up. Get your debuff. I is enemy is in boy. Out. Out, 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 out. Out, 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 out. Then we go in farm.
Circle swap.
Knocking back to 3-1 with a circle. If someone's dead, their stack went to 0. That's why. We had a dead body. Yeah, these guys are dicks. They body check everything. So I didn't die because you and I survived, but you got hit with 2 stack, or you got hit with 2 spreads. Yeah, this fight likes its body checks a lot.
Everybody gotta be perfect.
Especially last phase. No deaths allowed.
You ain't
I
wrong.
you can actually get away with deaths now, depending on what they are.
For real?
So what
A
about
melee.
my
You can get away with a
body?
melee death, depending. So melee death is just damage.
Just
away with
damage.
Just
But I'm saying, like, it's not something you can have that. Threes are BD. BD towers. Fours are in AB towers. Fours are in AB towers. Ones are in. Zoom.
The walk of shame.
All good. Alright. Strength
Swaps.
3s are in. AC, 3s are in. Fours are in. BD. Ones are in A, or sorry, BD again. Sorry, BD again. Next will be AC again. AC 2s are ready. Up.
Swaps.
Debuff 2/4. 2/4 ones are out.
You were missing some.
Gonna be a 2 menu. That's okay. It happens. Sorry. That's okay. Just gotta refocus. Get through the phase.
Swaps.
Threes are in. Threes are in. C, D, C, D. A, B, A, B. Ones are in, BD. Ones are in. AC tuner. Nice job.
Very good.
2 debuffs. 1/3. Ones are out. Twos are out.
Oh god.
Twos are out. Fours are out. I don't know what happened to you. I just heard "Oh God" and was like, "Is he dead?" And then you didn't die.
No, it's just the funnel,
No.
but we dodged it.
I need to figure out
He
how to
brought
do
us
my
some-
one rotation since you told me this.
It was only just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Comfort.
Alright, threes are in. We got BC. BC buffs. AD. AD. Fours are in. AC. Ones are in. AC. Ones are in. BD twos are in. BD twos are in. Get your debuffs now.
Swaps.
1/3. Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. under male, under male, under male. We're going close. I is in C is in cat. C is in cat. X's are swapping. X's are swapping. Somebody died there. Give you a moment at the last second. Yeah, once you're in a position, I'm guessing. I don't know if you moved or what happened there. Or if I twitched, but yeah, once we were in position, we just kind of chilled there. So. It was one of us twitching. I don't know who. It might have been me, might have been you. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. That's okay. Yeah, I was going to say, you seemed planted, and I did take a step, but I took a step this way, which shouldn't have done it unless literally we were both. Because remember, when it's close, and you looked like you were fine there. Remember, when it's close, the square wants to be, you know, basically directly in between two markers almost. Ideally, like you want to be almost between the two markers. If anything shifted a titch towards the... towards or away from the eye, but you want to be like between the two, you know, in between the waymarks, so to speak. And then obviously these people are on the wall, or down kind of near the wall, as close to the wall as they can be. It's all good. Weird one, but that's why mid glitch is dumb, because you can be too close and too far.
I was nowhere near you. I was the triangle. Cannot blame me for this one.
Sounds like something Macy would do, though. So
I'm not responsible for that shit.
okay, all right, run it again.
That sounds like something I would do. Except I was on the other side of the room, so not this time.
She stole the tether and slithered to you, and then slithered away really fast. You see it.
Skill issue.
Swaps.
Alright, threes are in. Threes are in. We got BD towers. BD towers. Fours are in. BC towers. BC towers. Fours are in. Ones are in AC. Ones are in AC. Twos are in
Your
AC.
towers north, BD.
Oh shoot.
It's alright.
I saw you hanging out with me and I was like, oh shit, I can't fix this if I wanted to.
How did that happen?
The
Alright,
tethers were B and D, I couldn't get north.
This joke's about spam, I can already tell.
Yes, it is.
Swaps.
Threes are in. Alright, BC. Or sorry, AD towers. BC tethers. AD towers. CD towers. CD towers. Sorry. Ones are in AB. Ones are in AB. Twos are in BC. Twos are in BC.
We're good.
Bucks. Using it 2-4. 2-4. Clockwise. fire. Get to your spots. Damage looks good, so just bring whatever you can forward.
Damn it, Ruby.
What?
You wonder if you're dead.
Yeah, I don't gonna do that a whole bunch inside.
Alright, back to spots. Line up. Your debuff. I is at 3. Under mail, and we're going close. I is at 3, going close.
X adjust.
Yeah, we dead. They go blow us up. That's okay. I saw you running in, and I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
That's alright. Alright. Just keep on trucking through. Like I said, best thing you can do for that mechanic is save your sprint for that, and then you'll have it for male female, like to dodge that first thing, and then the sprint will carry you through that dodge and all the way to the close bar, depending. 3s are in. So I would advise trying to save sprint for that. AC. BD, 4s are in. BD, 4s are in. AC. AC, 4s are in. Twos are in BD. Twos are in BD.
Swaps.
Okay. AC ones are out. AC ones are out. Twos are out.
Oh, fuck me. I flew too close to the sun.
Threes. Fours.
Damn.
It was real close. We can get Leon up. We still got a shot. Probably gonna need to throw Leon.
It's going out as I'm dying.
Yeah,
It's okay, you're just damaged.
Yeah, we're not.
I know. Okay. That's my bad. I got way too close to the fire and it snapped me out.
I'll be honest, we almost pushed that regardless, because I got you up, and we lived the 2-person stack.
I think
It's really
Fxiv was with
obvious
us for
because
it.
a puddle spawned under me as I rezzed, and I'm like, I didn't expect that to happen.
Okay, alright. We'll just roll her out. No, Ruby, we took the 3 stack with only the 2 of us.
Did you?
Or is
Because
me
I
and
was
me?
with you.
I'm pretty sure she was.
Maybe.
Yeah, I got there as I rezzed.
We were like boxed in for a moment.
Oh, that was the 4th one. I'm saying the laser before that.
Oh,
3s are
okay,
in.
never mind.
3s are in. AB part, or AB towers. AB towers. 3s are in. Fours are in CD. Fours are in CD towers. Ones are in BD. Ones are in BD. AC twos are in. AC twos are in. Okay.
Swaps.
Debuffs. 1-3. Ones are out. Ones are out. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Fire, need to be.
Perfect kill time.
Stuff. Get ready to line up. Your marker eyes at A. Under female, under female, under female, under female. Going far. A is an apple. A is an apple. X's are swapping. X's are swapping 3-1. X's are swapping 3-1.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunate. So we can try to raise. We'll see what we can do. If anything, yeah, I was gonna say the tanks are gonna get their ass beat. That's not much of it.
Again, were you the other X? Okay.
Yeah, he was the other X, and then Macy and I died to the just to damage from the 3 spot.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's all right. Yeah, just got to remember what you are the whole time. But that's all right. It's okay. It's going to take practice. Just gotta learn from your mistakes and keep pushing through. Get anything else? Just gotta keep pushing through. Threes are in.
Double swap.
We got AC towers. Fours are in CD. Fours are in CD. Ones are in AD. Ones are in AD. Then we got twos in BD. Twos are in.
Nice to adjust that.
Anyway, look at your debuffs. 1-3. 1-3. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. fire, get to your spots. Oh, there was no one else. That was supposed to be. That's how it was. Just...
No, I mean with the cutter drone.
Oh, okay. Much damage, make sure it dies.
Ooh, that was scary.
I gotta hit a rear there. And I'm trying to inch it, but...
all of my business. Nice job.
You don't have melee. You're right.
Okay, just be extra safe on this. You can. Wind up. Get your debuff. I is at 3. We're going under mail, and then we're going far. I is at 3. I is at 3. I is at 3. We're knocking back AC. Knocking back AC. We're gonna die. Yep. I'm gonna try to. Okay. I'm gonna try to delay pressing my button at all, like a second, until after that goes so it doesn't get buried in chat, if that'll help at all. But all good. We'll just keep rolling. Because I know, like, I hit it and then it gets buried by the stupid text chat, so. In case that's happening to anyone else, I need to see it.
I mean, people don't have their chat boxes open?
You can also use
Fight chat.
hotbars and make a little diagram.
Swaps.
You can. AD towers. AD towers. Fours in AC. Fours in AC.
Oh my god, Ruby. The fuck are you doing?
In BD. Fours in. Twos in BC. Twos in BC.
You're lucky I'm arranged.
Get your debuffs.
Swaps.
There are swaps. AC. AC. Alright, go clockwise. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. That's the fire. To position. To position. Just make sure it dies. Get ready to line up. I is at 4. We're gonna get after female, and then close. I is at 4. Behind the letters. Letters on numbers. No swaps, no swaps. We are doing BA behind the markers. Stand behind the markers. Alright. Watch your tanks, they're gonna take damage. 3. Limitless, you'll get a move at the end of this. Leave. Stack up. And go into the middle of the room. Alright, tanks do your thing. Shield homies at 1 by 2. Your stack. Make sure you're hitting male, not female. Female, until she dies. Just make sure she dies. Stop hitting her because she's still trucking along. There you go. Okay. Alright, line up. Look at your debuffs now. Move accordingly. Remember your dodging moves first. Wait on the edge. Move. Back. Dodge in. Nice job. Get to your spots. Top ups. Top ups to your clock spots. There's also your pot and your 2.
No twos.
Alright, blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Remember your lanes for moving. You have a tether, you hang on the side for a minute. First set, blue is defamation. First set, blue is defamation. I went to goddamn. I'm stupid. I was a blue tether and I went to blue. God damn it. Anyway. My brain went really fuzzy when I saw the green tether run again. I'm like, where's the green tether? Oh wait, I'm a blue tether, not a blue. Yeah, anyway. Sorry about that. Alright.
Yeah. So Leon, that's why we always do that adjustment. So I moved for you there. As a person with a thing above your head, a color above your head, you never want to enter the boss's hitbox because you can't touch anyone that's a tether, or else you'll pass the debuff, and then the whole mechanic is missed.
Yeah, so like if you have the red debuff, like if you look at I'm gonna still mark this for a second because it's the best way I can explain things. If you have a red debuff, you're like outside the hitbox ring, right? We have red outside, correct?
Yes. We have
And
red
if you're
outside.
blue, you're running on the lane that's inside his ring like that, like on the actual lane of the ring. If that makes sense, like if you look at Omega right now.
Yep.
No, you never go inside like the inner ring because that belongs to the tethers. Because if at any point we ever collide, we have a car crash, it's just a white.
Tethers can touch because they won't pass their tethers. Colors are just the ones that can't touch each other.
Or anybody else.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. It ultimately, because you can only take the logic behind this mechanic is you can only do everything once. Once it expires off of you, you gain immunity to it for the rest of the mechanic. So if you ever were to pass a color early, we wouldn't have someone later to be able to soak that topper. So that's why you can't pass them early. Because we would just be missing a person to soak it. So, all right, we'll just do it again. That was a real nice job getting there. Like I said, that was my bad. I went to the complete wrong side.
All right.
Remind me, Ash, defamation colors when we're soaking the thing, they're the ones on the outside, right? Or
They're on the outside. Yeah, you were
Okay.
correct. I was.
Okay.
I had a perfect view of it. You were correct where you were standing. I originally was standing. What the fuck is Ruby doing? And then I was like, wait, no, I'm the baddie. I'm the baddie here. I'm standing in the complete wrong fucking spot. So I saw Christmas running at me, going, oh shit. All right, threes are in. Threes are in. AD towers. AD towers. But no, real nice job getting there. Really nice job getting through intermission clean. Fours are in CD. Fours are in CD. Ones are in AB. Ones are in AB. Twos are in. Twos are in DC.
yeah, I saw Leon. That was so close.
I saw him. I was like waiting for him to grab it. Dancing in the middle.
Alright,
Swaps.
your debuffs. BD, BD. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out. Dodge fire. Get to your spots. Just keep burning the boss, make sure it dies. Nice job. Get ready to line up. And your debuff, I is in D is in dog, under female by the 3 marker, under female, going far. I is in D is in dog, going far. No swaps 1-3. No swaps 1-3. No swaps 1-3. To the wall.
Limbo.
Alright, we find the marker. It was marked as something.
It was.
Alright, make sure you're hitting the correct person. So you take some autos. You'll be able to cleave at the end of this cast. One hit in. Cleave in. Stack up. Alright, really dodging middle. Out. There, take shields at 4. Shields at 4. Shields at 4. Nice job. Burning male. Raid wide coming. Raid wide. Female. Female. Make sure she dies. Just keep throwing what you need to. Make sure she dies. Hitting away. Hit. Nice job. Okay. Throw some extra shields and whatnot. Look at your debuffs. Get to where you need to be.
Oh, people were
I
dead.
think we did most of the hits because we looked good.
You guys were fine. I think it did
We were right on the edge
Okay,
of it,
well-
but it definitely looked fine.
Yeah, you guys were okay. It snapped you. I think it snapped you weird because of the death.
Yeah, it says 2 sniper
Yep, that's
cannons.
okay. Yeah, there was 2 sniper cannons, and I think I thought it was weird because it looked like the other sniper cannon was up. But that's okay. We'll just redo it. Just fire away.
Yeah, I got purple every single time, so I forgot what.
Oh, it makes sense.
Oops, sorry about that.
Oh no,
Alright,
no, no.
3s are in. 3s are in. You got PC. You got 80. 80 towers, 4s are in. AB. AB, 1s are in. Twos are in CD. Twos are in CD. And the
Swaps.
debuffs, 1, 3. 1s are out. 1s are out. 2s are out. 2s are out. 3s are out.
Oh, I have a damage now.
Yep. You're okay. 4s are out. Basically, after all these cleaves go off, you'll want to reset. So get to your spots, or you'll want to die. So just do your cleaves as normal, and then as soon as all of the cleaves are done, you're gonna
Okay.
do it. We probably only, I'm guessing, after the other, just to be safe. That's what they'll get you up though.
Oh no!
It'll just take a second to do that. So the firewall might go a little goofy. If it does, it's not the end of the world. Just play it out as best you can. This could get a little weird with the double firewall on the tank, unfortunately, but that's alright. Just play it out as best you can. Line up, do your thing. I is at 1. Out, 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 out. Go far, I is at 1, go far, far. Circles are swapping, circles are swapping, and BD circles are swapping. You are circle, you are swapping. All the way to the wall, all the way to the wall. Be aware, because both tanks have their thing, make sure you just vote accordingly, watch damage. Or watch it. Because you guys aren't doing any damage to it, so your stuff is getting so yeah. Alright, we'll hang out. Synergy's coming, you're free to hit. Be ready to throw your 2s first phase here. Alright, stack up. We're gonna be dodging in and to the left. Just beware, in and to the left. Burning Mail. Once again, don't be afraid to throw your 2s. All the damage.
Are you gonna do chain into female?
I will throw chain. Yes. You have Swift, you can grab it. Perfect, thank you. I will throw chain into female. Just throw any burst you have into it. I don't care if you can phase it. Burst, LBs, all that jazz. Just make sure it uses. I'd rather see the next phase without the tubes than this phase. So everyone should be hitting. Nice job. Line up. Remember, purple debuff move forward, white debuff move backwards. That's correct. Dodge, step in. I'm guessing you're just moving early there. Oh, okay, gotcha. No, that makes sense. Yeah, just remember, you'll always want to move, so you always do have a lot of time there. Like, it feels like you don't, but, yeah, so it feels like you won't have a lot of time. One thing to keep in mind, because of where we're doing these stacks, like, if you're purple, obviously, like I said, you want to get to the edge. If you're one of these stacks, even if you know you have to adjust, so like, say you're hanging out over here, and you step back, and Belt also steps back, just remember, regardless of where you want to be for either stack, even if you're not 100% certain, you can always move along this wall to get there. You just never want to be standing caught in this no man's land, because this will get hit. So you just always want to make sure you get all the way to the wall for safety purposes, so that the wave repeater doesn't clip you. But that just takes a little bit of practice, so it's all good. We'll just go back, do it again. Like anything, it's going to take practice. The more times you see it, the easier it'll get. Trees are in. We got BD towers. BD towers. We got AB towers. Fours are in. AB towers. Fours are in. Ones are in. We have AC. AC towers. Ones are in. Twos are in. We got B, or sorry, CD. CD twos are in. CD. Okay. Start hitting, topping up.
Swaps.
Get your debuff AC, 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 AC. Clockwise. Twos. Threes.
Oh shit.
Okay. Fours.
Yeah, my bad.
Dodging. That's okay. Get to your spots, and then this will be the same deal, Bell. I will have switched. So, as soon as the lasers are all done, you'll hit the wall. We'll want the LB, I think. You're gonna hit the wall now. Just make sure the lasers are there.
Thank you for throwing him.
Close up. Things go right.
That's off. No!
It's okay if you're able to grab the ruby for some drops. Thank you. It's alright, just do your best and try to get as much damage out of this as we can.
It's okay, we'll
Like I said,
damage.
worst case, we'll throw the twos if we need to. Again. Line up. C. We're going under mail, and then we'll be going far. Far, I as in C as in cat. Alright, X's are swapping, 3, 1. X's are swapping, to the wall. Alright, get on the correct bosses. Partner hang on kind of by 3. Tanks are going to be taking heavy damage for a couple of those. Feel free to flee. Stacked. Dodging straight into the middle. Getting nail. Dodging into the middle. Taking out. Shield homies at 4. Shield homies at 4. And then yeah, we will want to just throw the twos at me. Throw the twos at me. Just to be safe. She's like 3 colors higher. We've seen her before. So just we'll send it. We'll send it to make sure she dies. Alright, nice shot. Alright, throw up some shields. Spots really quick. That was me. I moved way too slow there.
Merge.
I thought I saw something else happen, and I was like, what did I just see? And then I thought I saw purple go off in the south, and I was like, what? So that was my bad. Okay, all good. Alright. Give it one more shot, and then that should be... Right, we hit about P3, that'll be time. So. One more pull. One more decent pull. Close enough to end. So. Overall, nice job. We did a really good job overall getting P2 cleaned up. We still have a handful of little things. Check tank stance. Check tank stance. Still have a handful of little deaths, but we're getting better with it at each one. So, just gotta keep that up. Threes are in. Threes are in. AC. 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 BD 4s are in. 4s are in. BD 1s are in. Last one will be AC. AC 2s are in.
Swaps.
1, 3, numbers, 1s are out. 1s are out. 2s are out. 2s are out. 3s are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. 4s are out. Fire, find a spot. Where you need to be. about the right time. Don't kill it super duper early.
Super duper early.
That was perfect.
Disagree.
Big Buster.
That's what you get for killing it early, Ruby.
Hmm.
Okay, I think let me see if I can short there.
Up. I is at A. I is at A. Under male. Under male. And then we're going close. I is at B is at A. Going close.
Square adjust.
Squares are swapping. Squares are swapping. 2-1. 2-1. Squares are swapping. Behind the markers. Nice job. Back on your targets. Hanging out by 3 if you're not attacked. Tanks are going to be getting hit. Stack max melee. We're going to be dodging to the left, slightly. To the left. Or right. It doesn't really matter. We have. Alright. Find the shield guy. He's over by 2. Tank should be over by 2. Stack stuff. Nice job. Kill male. We have a raid wide coming. Once that's done, just do the same deal, just full send it. For the purposes of prog, just send it into females if she dies. No point
Wait,
in
did we have a death?
I died.
We did, Ruby died. We literally told him it's what he gets.
That's unfortunate.
It's fine. I'd rather just get the prog into the face. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out my rotation.
Alright, purple's forward. Alright, get to your spots. Look at the hands. First hands are out. Second hands are out on the wall. Move in. And back. Pop your sprint if you need to. Dodging in. Dodging in. Nice job. Top up the party. Get to your spots. Soils and whatnot out. Alright, blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. First set, blue is defamation. Blue is defamation.
Inside land by me. Mirror my
No,
side.
you want to be inside.
You said blue is death for Ruby. Y'all need to be out.
Yeah, blue is defa. The Christmas tethers are always starting out, and the blue tethers are always starting between.
Oh,
the defa.
you're right. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. We are working our way through it, but that is also time, so we will be good there, and we're all good. So, doing that. Thank you for coming and filling in for us today. Like I said, if you're available tomorrow, we'd love to help. If you're not, that's all good too. I will track down a person, but yeah, overall, really nice job. We just got to get through. We just got to get more consistent there. Yeah, I'll shoot you a DM tomorrow and check in. Sounds good. I will DM you midday, and we'll see where we're going. But thank you again for helping. It was really appreciated. So, and yeah, nice job overall, everybody. We honestly we cleaned up our P2 a fair bit there, so that was really solid. Hopefully, P2 is feeling a little bit slower now. The more you see it, and party synergy feels like it's slowing down some. I imagine it probably is for a lot of people. That's kind of how it goes. Is it starts to feel like you have a lot more time as you get comfy with it.
Also, blue tether always goes with defamation, right?
No,
No,
blue
Christmas
tether always
tether.
goes with blue
With
tether
red?
goes opposite of defamation.
Oh.
So
okay.
so the way that the easiest way to think it through is as Macy said, she had her little mnemonic there for, but the easiest way I always think it through is the Christmas tethers break when they get too close, so you have to start far away. The blues are going to break when they separate, so the blues always have to start close together. So, because that's just kind of how it goes. So in my mind, because there's always going to be one pair of tethers that have to sit between two of the puddles, and two have to be away from each other. The two that have to be away always have to go to defamation. So Christmas always goes to defamation.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll just take some practice. Like I said, we'll work through it tomorrow. That mechanic is also in the sim. You can't sim it with bots is the only unfortunate thing. The bots can't process Hello World. It's just too... It's too sporadic for them because they can't. He's never been able to find a way to program the movement of the bots to work with Hello World, because they're always, you know what I mean. They're kind of
This is so
designed to
random.
run to well, they're designed to run straight to the spot they need to get to. Which the biggest issue he was having with the sim was the bots were running through the center of the room with defamation or with the colors. Because they'd get the debuff and they'd take off, and so you couldn't ever get them to work perfectly with a person. But if you do have 8 people, you can sim Hello World, because it does work. Like, the debuffs all come out, it does everything correctly. It just is a matter of you can sim it, but you have to have 8 people to do it. It's the only mechanic in the sim that requires all 8 people to function. Like, monitors you can sim without it, but you can't sim Hello World without 8 people, because the bots just don't. The bots don't, because that mechanic isn't like, static positioning. So, you know what I mean? It's not following a prio list. One thing I will probably need you to do at some point, Dante, if you're able to figure it out, is figure out how to set up AM for this.
Oh.
I can probably find something as well. I know it's just some type of plugin you just need to get. I just have no idea what it is exactly.
Okay. I mean, I probably could just Google it.
Yeah, because we just need it for this mechanic, or for the next mechanic coming up after Hello World. Because basically we'll set it up for... So the way it works is effectively for monitors, and then we'll use it for monitors, and we'll use it for P5. And basically it just makes monitors and P5 very brain dead, because when the debuffs come out, it literally will throw a marker on top of all 8 people's heads and go, okay, cool. You're 1 always goes here, 2 always goes here, 3 always goes here. So there's literally no thinking that has to get done. You literally just look at the number and go, okay, that tells me where I'm going. And in the last phase, it literally solves the entire last phase for you. So you never even have to look at your debuffs in the last phase. You literally just get marked with something and just go stand wherever it tells you to stand. And it resolves it, so... It'll definitely make P5 a very quick process for us. Like when we did it last time, and I was manually like calling everything. That process required everyone a bit more thinking. So it'll be good. But realistically,
part is
what?
Omega dodging. I bet. Well, when we use AM, I'm assuming Omega dodging will be the hardest part.
Yeah. So the only thing So there's 2 things that are going to be kind of tough. So there will be a couple little things that AM still doesn't fully work out that we'll have to sim through. And we will sim P5, but obviously that'll be when Cat's back. We'll sim through those things in P5. Because Delta, it can't auto-mark Delta for you. All it auto-marks in Delta is if you have the close or the far debuff. Because that's the only thing it can auto-mark. But if you recall, everything in that mechanic is dictated by tethers. So that one's not super tough. So the only things it can't AM properly is it can't AM. How do I say it? So the only thing AM does in P5 is it marks the near and distant worlds. So it'll mark you for near and distant worlds, and then it will dictate for Sigma and Omega. It dictates where you go. So it picks the 2 people who are baiting far, it picks the 2 people who are baiting close, and then it picks So it picks the close baits, it picks the far baits, and it picks the hand baits in Sigma. And then in the second mechanic, or when you get to Omega, literally like you do the first dodges and it picks the 2 people who do monitors, the close baits, the far baits, and then as soon as that first set resolves, it re-scrambles all the markers and it gives you new far baits, new close baits, and new hand baits. So it literally just tells you in live time what you're grabbing. It's actually a little bit more sporadic than what I had us doing, because like if you recall, I had us doing something that was very like the movements were very minimal in terms of what we were doing. Like if you were close, you were always kind of baiting close, and it just kind of solved around it. AM doesn't do that. It very much so will say, fuck it, you were close, now you're baiting far, get your ass over there. So you have to be ready to move because you don't have as much freedom, but it makes the mechanic pretty brain dead. Oh my lord. That is okay, so that is maybe my favorite. Yeah, that description for what goes to defamation is maybe my favorite thing I've ever seen.
What?
For Christmas is for the family.
Yeah.
That is maybe my favorite thing I've seen in terms of remembering what goes where. But yeah, I think people will enjoy P3 once we're seeing it. We actually had pretty good prog tonight in terms of seeing it a good bit.
I'm surprised how well we did tonight, to be honest.
Y'all are gonna hear me bitching about holding. I can tell you that right now. Because if we have to do a
You
pod
won?
reopener in 3, I have to hit 90 gauge before we kill him.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we saw 8 pulls to P3 tonight. That was pretty good. We actually spent the most time, almost half of our time was in P3, and almost all of our time was P2 and P3. We just had a handful of wipes in P1, so that was pretty good. Part of it was that fill we got was a really advantageous fill that I don't think anyone even realized. Well, Macy knows why, but the rest don't realize why. Because if you looked at their character, you would sit there and go, okay, cool, this person's cleared. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That dude has like 40 fucking kills of top.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, he's never killed it on that character, but his main has a crap load of kills in top. Because when he joined, I was like, what the hell is this name? I don't recognize this name at all. But because when he first sent me a DM, I had checked him in Discord, and the name he has on the balance is different than that, because I think that's his alt. And his alt hasn't cleared top, but obviously his main has. And so I had originally looked at his alt or his main, and it maybe isn't 40. I think it's like 20 something. But I remember I looked at it and went, okay, this dude has more top clears than like the entirety of the rest of the instance will have combined. Like he knows what he's doing. So hopefully he's able to fill in tomorrow as well, because we saw pretty good prog there. Overall, I think everyone's just getting a lot more comfy with the movements, which just comes with time. The positive is, I think, once people get used to P3 movements, P3 is a really fun phase because, like, Looper, you can't really zone out in. You get a little bit better at it, but you can't really zone out in Looper. You can't really zone out in Pantocrator, and you can't really zone out in Party Synergy. But I'm sure everyone's kind of noticing, once you get past Party Synergy, the rest of P2 is pretty free in terms of what you're doing. Like, the rest of P2 isn't terribly complex. It's not terribly crazy. And once you're used to P3, the movements in P3, like P3 becomes your, like, I get to kind of turn my brain off and hang out phase. Because you start getting used to it, and once you start getting comfortable with what the defamation call means, you just kind of start moving and zooming, and everything kind of flows. Monitors is very simple. P4 is incredibly easy. Like P4 is not super tough. So we're kind of getting into that point of the fight where, like, what's normally the first phase where you kind of get that little like zone out brain off phase, that's really P3 and P4. P3 and P4, once you gain comfort, is the phase that will feel the most consistent, because even though there's a lot of adjusting that's happening, the adjusting is really scripted and really easy to process. So I think that's when people will start to kind of like early top prog is real rough because P1 is real rough. P1 is really rough when you're trying to get a handle on all the rest of it. But once you get past that, there's that. Oh, Voller, I was gonna say one thing you can do. I keep forgetting to mention it, but it occurred to me. So in the, I don't know if you do it for Looper, but I remember I used to do it for Looper, and I remember Shira kind of did the same thing. And it helped. So you know how in the, what do you call it? In the mit sheet it says like always throw the box at 3. Like it has you throw Haima at 3 and then like you top 4.
Yeah.
I know one thing both of us did is if you get 3 or 4, just throw whatever you were supposed to throw at 3 at yourself, even if you're 4. And it makes life real easy.
Oh, okay.
You can still throw Haima at 3 if you really like to, but I know that's how I usually handle it is like I'm supposed to XCOG 3, but if I get 4, I just XCOG myself. And then I deal with 4 or I deal with 3 when it comes up.
Yeah.
Because usually if you're 4, that's when you're going to have to do the most moving. So you're able to throw Haima at yourself and then kind of just forget about yourself. Like you don't have to worry about healing yourself while you're moving because it's going to do the lifting for you. Whereas, then you have more time. It's a very small little nuance that doesn't really change anything, but I know I found it to be a little bit more helpful when the game decides to say screw you, you need to run halfway across the room.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
So,
thanks.
Yeah, so I wanted to mention that. The only other one you can do that the thing doesn't mention it, but I know it was something we did just because we never found another use for it, is when we go into P3 intermission, if you want to throw a Zoe shield right there, I believe Zoe is up based on if I'm remembering right, I believe we usually tossed a Zoe shield right there to cover the like spread stack, if I'm remembering right.
Okay, as those debuffs go out?
Like when everyone goes to the lineup, like you can just run to the center of the line, pop a Zoe shield, and then just get into position.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't believe, if I remember right, yeah, the MIT literally doesn't have you Zoe anything for the first like 4 phases or 3 phases. So you're able to Zoe that transition without having to like lose it. You'll still have it up when you need it.
It looks like it has me do a Zoe shield at the 4th tower or at the 4th defm.
Yep. Yeah, you'll have it up
and
there,
that'll come
I
out.
believe.
Okay.
Because those a minute, right? I think
it's 90 seconds.
Or is it 90?
It's 90.
I'm trying to remember if the timing was right. I think the timing is right there. If not, either way, if you want to throw a shield there, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
I can't remember if she Zoed a shield there or not. I just remember I tended to let the shields get thrown there however they wanted, like however she wanted to throw them, because they obviously convert into Toxicon stacks, which help a lot, especially in P3. You'll want to try to go into P3 with as many Toxicon stacks as you can.
Okay.
Because P3 is the one. P3 is the one phase that you actually have to do damage while moving outside of P6. So having Toxicon stacks there can help a fair bit.
We just
They're
need
just
AM
little things.
for
They're nothing.
one.
What's up?
One mechanic, right? It was just one mechanic.
I need it for.
Is it Sigma?
I need it for monitors and then all of P5.
Oh, all of them. Okay.
So it should be for monitor. So it should be for monitors, and then it should be for Dynamis Delta, Dynamis Sigma, and Dynamis Omega. Technically, we don't need it for Dynamis Delta, but if we're doing it, we might as well just fucking use it for it. Because Dynamis Delta, it literally just looks at the debuffs and it marks 2 people. So there's nothing.
Are we
it doesn't
doing
really do a whole lot there.
Range bait north? Or are we doing standard
for
tank middle, north south?
for which mechanic?
For monitors.
For monitors, we would want. If you can show me the list, I could show you an easy way to set that up. Because ideally, because I'm trying to think, is it
I
like
think
a
it was tank
preset
north,
you're
wasn't
picking?
it? Because wasn't it healers range, melee tanks, and tanks were the
Yeah,
north
we
people?
did a melee uptime one. That's why I'm trying to think through if it's
Okay,
in
that's where
there. If you're
melee are
picking a
all the way
preset.
south.
Yeah, so it has the 2 healers up at the north. It basically the order went H1, H2, R1, R2, T1, T2, M1, M2. Was the order we had it
Okay.
AMing through. And then the other mechanics, there's really no priority it needs to dictate. Like for all of the last phase, it gets so heavily dictated by debuff anyway that it doesn't really matter who ends up where. Technically, there's some little nuance you can do, like sticking tanks on the hand lasers because they take a little less damage, but none of it long term really matters.
Are you ready to eat the biggest amount of shit during wave cannon and P6 on Dante?
I don't think he even knows what's coming
I-
in P6.
Wave cannons?
Yeah, they hit you and the other tank, or you and Bell, ridiculously hard.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
there's it. It has a mechanic in P6. It does a wild charge 2 times in P6, and with our comp it won't be as bad because because double shield kind of just beats the crap out of the last phase. Like it's not amazing in every other phase, but it's real good in the last phase because of that wave cannon in particular. Because effectively the way the last phase works is kind of interesting. You throw a tank LB at the start of it for the very first cast it does, and it throws a buff up on everyone in the party that gives you a permanent tank LB3. And all of Omega's hit hard enough that they will almost kill you through a tank LB3.
Oh wow.
If you don't mitt, they will kill you through a tank LB3.
That's crazy.
And
So,
if anyone dies during the phase, they get res, but they no longer have that 80% mitt. So they'll die
They die to
literally
everything.
every hit. So you have to keep resing them if you want to continue the pull.
yeah, the last phase is a bitch for people dying because if you die, everything kills you. Like you cannot live, like you can't live an auto attack without that dynamis buff. Like you just die. But there's 2 hits that happen in that phase, and they're usually what wall most teams when they hit there, which is why double shield is nice. And it's wave cannon. Basically, what she does or what Omega does is it launches a wild charge at the party. But in order to live it, you basically have to have 1 tank stand at the front of the party and involve the start of the wild charge because it's the only way to live the first, like being first in line on wild charge, you really can't live it without invuln. So 1 tank has to invuln it and the other tank has to kitchen sink it with a very particular set of mitt because you need to have this other mitt up for the autos, but you need to kitchen sink it with almost all of your mitt and your co-tank has to buddy mitt you to make sure you live. It gets a little bit more invalidated when you have 2 shield healers because 2 shield healers are able to throw down the extra sacred soil for an extra 10%. So you're able to stack the 2 10%, plus you usually have, like the mitt sheet for double shield is designed in such a way that like it's designed really well in that way for double shield to work through.
Yeah, that double
So
10% is busted.
the double 10% is really good, and it's like when you look at the mitt sheet, it's really funny because it gives, like, to give a really good example of how fucked up the wave cannon is, like in the normal mit sheet, you would have, like, if you were to look at like a normal party for what they would have for that mechanic, your wave cannon would have a reprisal, would have a party mitt, you would have a regular shield plus some type of like you'd have a regular shield plus some type of, mitt, either your soil or that, and then you would just have your fizz range mitt, right? So normally that's all you end up having. What you end up having if you have both shields or both shield healers is you end up with both soil and Carachol for the spread. But you also are guaranteed to have either a Uke prog or a spread low for both of them because you split those two. But then when you collapse for the stack, you also have the two 10% still rolling, plus you get a shield and your other stuff. So you end up basically having the extra 10%, and it makes that mechanic way more comfy. Because if you don't have the extra 10%, it basically boils down to, cool, you didn't put up the extra 10%, and maybe your tanks lived, but oh, your tank forgot to throw reprisal, so your caster died. Like, the hit is big enough that, like, if everybody is not fully topped and someone misses mitt, in a normal party, if someone misses mitt, there is a high probability that someone is going to die. With double shield, the hit's pretty comfy and you live it a little bit more comfortable. You live it with like an extra good little chunk of HP. So you kind of get away with it. So if someone scuffs one party mate, you usually can get away with it because you have a little bit extra shielding going on. So it's nice in that regard, but yeah, the last phase is a fun phase. I really like the last phase of top. I think the last phase of top is one of the cooler like last phases they've done.
Definitely.
Even if it's basically just Uwu, it's like Uwu, but it's way cooler than Uwu. Because like Uwu's like mid phase of, oh, we're gonna throw all the LBs is kind of neat, but it's not really that special. Top's last phase is really fun because it literally is the story of Top is really interesting because it's basically Omega pieces together that Dynamis is why he can't beat you, and then he literally just tries to mimic Dynamis to beat you. And that's what makes that fight so funny, is because Omega, it's literally just Omega starts off, he throws it, he goads you into throwing an LB3, you throw an LB3 to live, and then every attack Omega does in that last phase is a LB3. He just keeps throwing LB3s at you, and you just keep throwing LB3s back at him. And it's just like 5 minutes of LBs just getting constantly thrown. Because like his Exa square is the Bard LB. His Exa square is a Bard LB3. I'm trying to remember what they all are. His Exa squares are a Bard LB3. He throws a Caster LB3 at one point.
Meteors is caster.
Because Meteors is the Caster LB3. I believe Wave Cannon is actually one of them as well. I can't remember which one it is.
Dragon Song Dive.
Yep, the close far or the Tank Buster. The Tank Buster is a Dragoon LB. He literally just throws a crap load of fucking LBs at you. Every animation he does is an LB3. And so it's literally just you sitting there fighting this dude throwing LB3s at you, and you're literally just countering him with your own LB3s to try to kill him. It's a really funny way to set up a mechanic.
Are we going to have Bell do the Dark Knight cheese? If he wants.
If he wants to, I'm down to do it. The Dark Knight cheese is the funniest fucking thing you can ever possibly imagine. Dark Knights have a really interesting cheese they can do in top that only Dark Knights can do. And what they do is, so at the very end of P6, like the last thing you do is you throw a tank LB into a healer LB, into a tank LB, into a healer LB. Because you basically tank LB magic number to live it, and then it gives you a debuff that has to be cleansed with a healer LB, and then he does it a second time. to make sure that all your healers and tanks have lived through the entire mechanic. But what you can get away with doing on a Dark Knight that only a Dark Knight can do is a Dark Knight can pop their pot and they can basically burn every inch of MP that they have. So they basically burn their entirety of MP. And then they throw the first tank LB. So they burn all of their MP, they throw the first tank LB, and while they are locked in animation, they click the tank LB off of their buff, and magic number one-shots them. So when the healer LB gets thrown, it raises the Dark Knight back up with full MP. They get up and burn all of their MP on a bunch of Edge of Shadows, and then the next magic number comes out. And because they don't have the Dynamis buff, they get one shot by the second magic number. And then the second healer LB pops them back up again, and they get to burn all their MP again.
That's stupid.
But because they're getting raised with healer LBs, they don't get any weakness. It's incredibly stupid. It's very funny. It's hilarious to watch it happen. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's really funny in practice to see it happen, because you're just like, what is this person doing? Because you'll literally see them like throw their tank LB. You'll watch them drop, get up, throw a bunch of GCDs, three GCDs later, you'll watch them drop again, and then immediately get back up and just keep hitting. And because after the last magic number cast, there is no more damage in the fight. Like, when you throw the last healer LB, Omega just sits there and starts charging like a 15-second enrage cast. So they can literally sack off their Dynamis buff because they don't need it. He never does another auto. He never throws another raid wide. So when they get raised the second time, it doesn't matter that they don't have it because there's no more damage. It's a real stupid Dark Knight optimization that no other tank can do, because no other tank gets that buff from having their MP topped up. It's a fun fight, though. I really like the last phase of top. I think the last phase of top is a very fun phase. And the plus is with the sim, like, we're able to sim Exa squares, which, quite frankly, aren't even that bad.
Yeah,
I'll say
support's got it
this.
rough
I
though.
think
Rougher
I
than
think
DPS.
everybody will like. I think everyone will like P6 of top a lot more than you like the last phase of Fru.
Yes, absolutely. Fru can suck a dick.
Because
I
the
hated
last
that.
phase of top is very like scripted. Like, the Exa lines aren't really a pain in the ass. Like, the last phase of top is like, you can't get hit, but everything is super consistent. It's like the ins and outs are very consistent. Like, the Exas, there's only two patterns of Exas, and you dodge them the exact same way every time you do it. Like, top is very friendly in the fact that, like, top's last phase is very much so a mitt check and a victory lap. It's not like Fru, where it feels like there was a lot of little things you had to pay attention to, like, oh, her wing is glowing this way, so you have to do this, and this tank needs to be ready to be super far, and this tank needs to be ready to be super close. Top don't do that. Top is like, you do top the same way every time. There's no, like, you don't have to watch his animations. He just does his thing. I also firmly contend I think top is better because it doesn't have like a fucking 90-second cutscene. The Fru cutscene is way too damn long.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, I love the top cutscene, because the top cutscene is like, Alpha comes out, he does his thing, he punctually shows up, he nuzzles female for 3 seconds, he jumps in the air fryer, and away you go. Like, there's not a whole lot of thought with Top's cutscene. It's more like T's cutscene, where it just kind of happens and is decently quick. Fru's cutscene is nice if someone died during CT, because you get to run out most of their weakness, but that's about it. Like, that's its only real benefit, is Fru's cutscene is long enough to do that. and obviously DSR didn't even have an intermission cutscene at the end, which I kind of also liked, although
It kind of
that
did.
bleed
It kind of
that bleed hit
didn't.
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Well, because like you're not hitting anything, but for the healers, you are definitely paying attention because
Yeah, that's true.
it's that those bleeds like did require decent mitt to live. Like you couldn't just not mitt those bleeds. You were gonna die if you didn't. But yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, either this guy will show up tomorrow. I'm gonna update my post in the morning on because I have a post running on NAR and on Recruiter for the next 2 days in case that dude's not able to go. But now we're basically on like Hello World prog because I feel like we pretty sufficiently cleaned up P2.
Yeah. I will
Like,
say,
you know, we had a
doing-
handful of deaths still, but
doing this new strat is for me kind of brain dead easy. 'Cause I went
yeah,
from adjusting to everyone
Yeah.
to just adjusting to you.
yeah. Well, I went from See, so what's funny is you're saying you're on the brain dead part. Our old strat, you had my old spot. You had my old spot because my old
Okay.
spot only adjusted off the tanks. Because remember, in our old setup, the tanks didn't adjust for anybody. They were always left and right, and the healers were the only ones who adjusted off the tanks. So you have what my spot was, which is you literally have to look at one other person and go, cool, do I match? If I do, I go to the other side. And it makes life real easy. Like, yeah, we ended up getting pretty easy jobs in that. So it's not so bad, but like I said, I
'Cause
think
I
we got
think
P2 pretty well cleaned
I've
up.
only had to go to the other side once out of all our pulls so far.
It's very rare. It's very rare you're going to have to swap because, like I said, you're basically gambling. I have to hit 25% and you have to hit 25%. That's, the odds of it happening are very low that we're both going to match. Like, it can definitely happen, but it's not super likely.
Yeah, it happens all the time. For me.
I mean, yeah, well, for
Are you
you,
adjusting
when
to
you're in the
everyone?
middle,
Yeah.
you're in the middle. You get to
Oh, yeah,
adjust
I
for
had your old.
everybody.
You had my old spot. It fucking sucked.
Yeah, the tanks have a lot of adjusting in P2.
No, it makes it more interesting for me.
The nice
Yeah.
the nice part is the tanks have a lot of adjusting in P2 and you have 0 adjusting in P4. So that
I don't adjust in
also
P4.
happens. No, the tanks. The tanks
Oh, the
have no
tanks.
adjusting in P4.
Yeah, because they're
remember
always
our
at the end.
because our lineup in P4 is the tanks are always north. And
Tanks
the tanks are always
faster.
north, the melee are always south, the healers are next to the melee. And then you guys
Yeah.
are there. So yeah, there's not a lot of the tanks have no adjusting in P4. They just get to hang out. Everyone else adjusts. The melee get to do all the adjusting in P4.
Oh, a little tip for you, Dante. For P4, if someone dies in our group of 4,
Mhm.
you can take the laser beam north if you get it, and just kitchen sink it.
They barely have to kitchen sink it. I think you just have to
Yeah.
throw ramp in your. You have to throw ramp in your short. You basically just live it. It's really
So,
stupid.
so if you ever get the laser, you could just fuck off, do that mid, and then go back.
Yeah, we had Marky do that a handful of times.
Oh, the stack laser?
there's-
The party stack laser?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because the stack laser doesn't hit super hard. But if you have a dead person, obviously, like it's a weird scenario where the stack laser doesn't hit necessarily super hard, but you also are kind of running out where you have a lot of your mitt coming out of P3 because all your mitt gets thrown during Hello World, but you really don't throw a lot of it during monitors. So you come out with pretty much all of your mitt hanging out into P4, and P5 you literally don't mitt anything for the most part. Like if you've looked at the P5 mitt, you only mitt one tank buster in the entirety of P5. Because the way they design all the mitt is like the first buster of P5 you invuln. The second buster of P5, or no, you mit 2 busters. The first and second buster, you invuln both of them. So you invuln both of them, and then for the last buster, where you actually have to do the swap, you do like a shallow mit, and then you do another one that's basically a kitchen sink. Because Omega doesn't like do a lot. Like P5 is very like P5 of DSR. Like Omega shows up and they tank buster, but it's like they show up to tank buster, but they do it so infrequently you basically just invuln half of them and kitchen sink the other half. To live it, the only thing that sucks is you have to actually swap it.
It says I'm kitchen
So
sinking
it's not-
Delta.
I don't believe so. Aren't you bow lighting Delta? I thought you were
Well,
bow lighting Delta.
if I'm P1, then I would be the warrior, right? So the P2s. No, they're both kitchen sinking Delta.
Wait, what are you looking at?
P5. Dynamis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which tab are you looking at?
Tank personals.
Tank personals. You've lost me. What am I not seeing?
It's under group mit sheet.
Under group. I was gonna say, because under top, are you looking at top MIDI?
No. Oh, there's personal miss in here.
Yeah, if you look at top MIDI, it literally has MIT broken out by comp.
Oh shit. I missed the tabs past it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was like, I don't know if you knew this was out there. I was actually gonna throw that out there in a separate thing for you guys so you didn't have to keep flipping back to it. But because that's what I'd done before. But yeah, literally you just have to look at like Gunbreaker Dark Knight and it'll literally tell you everything you need to throw for the entire fight and when to throw it.
Oh, then we get brain dead. What the heck?
Yeah, no, top MIDI is real stupid. Top MIDI tells you everything down to like the most like egregiously stupid thing ever. Like that's where it tells you like, oh, that's why I was saying like who's holding the boss where is because P3 it literally shows the Dark Knight holds it for the first 2, the Gunbreaker holds it for the next 2 during Hello World, and then the Dark Knight takes it back and holds it there, and then oh, this is what you do in P4. Here's how you handle P5. Like it even has notes in terms of like when you need to pop things to make it line up right. Like after Sigma, pre-pop these 2 things, and then healers need to personal mit the tanks so that they don't explode. Like there's a lot of little things that this top mit sheet is very good.
Oh, I see. So okay, so you're taking both with the Bolide and Living Dead.
Yeah, so the first buster, you basically bolide and living dead it, and you eat both hits of the solar ray. So then when the third solar ray comes out, like whichever one of you was holding the boss, you'll throw your first 2, you'll throw your mitt, and then during the cast, once the first hit connects, he'll voke with his mitt up for the second hit. And so like the Omega solar ray, he'll kitchen sink and you'll like light mitt it with his buddy mitt, and then the second time through you'll kitchen sink and he'll throw his light mitt and get your buddy mitt to survive it. Although Dark Knight actually doesn't need your buddy mitt,
Yeah, apparently they don't.
interestingly enough. And they don't need it because Solar Ray's magic.
Oh,
So Dark
right,
Mind
Dark
does a
Mind
lot
is
to.
OP.
So Dark Mind is real strong to Solar Ray.
Yeah.
Also because they get TBN and Oblation. So they get the extra 10% plus the big shield. So as long as they get the rep out and everything else, they kind of just live it. But yeah, all your mid is fully planned for the entire fight. You guys literally just have to follow this mid sheet down to.
I mean, that's a lot of
down
buttons.
to a thing.
Why don't I just hit reprisal
On which part?
on the final buster?
On the final buster?
Yeah, that's a lot of buttons.
I
that Dark Knight
believe
press.
that's because, and I could be wrong. It is because you are repping the Omega cast.
It doesn't say
So
it.
the reason they have
It says the Dark Knights are reprising both.
Yeah, the Dark Knight reprises the Tank Busters. You're reprising the Run Dynamis Sigma and Run Dynamis Omega.
Ah, see, this is why it sucks when it's separate like this.
Yeah, so you reprisal the 3.
Oh, and
You
reprising
reprisal
the
the
Sigma and
actual
Omega
raid wide.
cast.
Yeah, you reprise the raid wide, so he uses reprisal on the Tank Busters. Now, granted, you
okay.
could flip that. Like, if it was a bunch of buttons and it was a pain in the butt to do it, you could flip your reprisals and have you could reprisal the Tank Busters and he could reprise the other stuff.
Right.
So both are fully viable options.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's just touch and go from when we get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna head off to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Yep,
Good
have a
night.
good
Hey.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same. It's about 1.
Good night, everybody.
But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
See ya.